California's new state minimum wage of $20 an hour, which is seen as a big win for fast food workers, has touched off a heated debate about the impact on local businesses.
미국 캘리포니아주가 패스트푸드업계의 최저임금을 시간당 $20, 우리 돈으로 27,000원으로 인상해 해당 업계 종사자들의 큰 혜택이 될 것으로 보이는 가운데 이 조치가 지역 상권에 미칠 영향을 두고 현지에서 논쟁이 이어지고 있습니다. Alright, so the minimum wage has gone up
Yes.
in California.
Yeah, and it's focusing on fast food.
Yep.
And that's affecting, big chains, but also independent businesses. For some people, it means a 25% raise.
Which is good news for the people working there.
Really good news
Yeah.
for the cooks, for the cashiers, for the servers. These jobs are some of the lowest paid jobs in the US, and let's face it,
Yeah.
around the world. It's good to see that after decades of stagnation, the past few years have seen their wages going up. And they need to, because California is one of the most expensive states to live in. And so there are lots of people living in poverty, below the poverty line. About 500,000 people are estimated to work in the fast food industry. And so the big question is this going to be good for business and is it going to be good for workers? Because there is this heated debate going on about local businesses where smaller restaurants, smaller franchises are saying, well, we're going to have to raise our prices, or we're going to have to cut staff, or we're going to have to reduce hours of work, or even shut down. So that we've seen that happen before in Seattle a decade ago. They hiked their minimum wage to $15, a big increase, and that was the main result. Workers working fewer hours. It may well be the case here, but certainly every worker needs to be paid enough to live.
패스트푸드 업계에 종사하는 직원들 같은 경우에는요. 최저임금이 올랐기 때문에 아주 희소식이지만 그 돈이 그럼 어디서 나오느냐. 결국은 이제 고용주 같은 경우에는요. 이 돈을 조달하기 위해서 그 패스트푸드 음식의 가격을 높이거나 아니면은 직원들이 일하는 시간을 줄이거나 아니면은 문을 닫아야 하는 경우들도 생길 수 있다. 그래서 지금 여러 가지로 논란이 되고 있는 모양이네요. Alright, so the first expression is for the workers, it's a big win.
Yes, it's seen as a big win, which means it's a victory, it's a success. If something is a big win, we've done well, whatever it may be.
Yeah, a big win. 크게 이겼다라는 게 비유적으로 쓰여서 큰 이익이다라는 뜻이고요. 뜻이 되겠고 그 다음에 to touch off.
It means to start something, but sometimes the nuance can be a little bit negative. You're starting something like an argument or a debate or something that's going to cause problems. Not always negative, but certainly I feel like it's like lighting the fuse.
Oh, okay.
Like there's going to be some explosion or some fire or something.
So we have, in this headline, it touched off a heated debate.
Yeah, which is not necessarily a good thing because people are getting angry.
그래요. 뭔가 점화하는 것처럼 촉발하다. 무언가의 발단이 되다라는 뜻이 되겠죠. 그래서 큰 논쟁이 이제 시작이 됐다. 이런 의미로 보실 수 있겠고요. 헤드라인을 다시 한번 읽어볼 테니까 요 의미 기억하시면서 들어보세요. California's new state minimum wage of $20 an hour, which is seen as a big win for fast food workers, has touched off a heated debate about the impact on local businesses. Let's move on to the next headline.
As international cocoa prices continue to soar, analysts have suggested that even if the raw materials prices decrease, chocolate prices will remain high for years to come.
국제 코코아 가격이 계속 고공행진하는 가운데 코코아 가격이 내려가더라도 초콜릿 가격은 앞으로 수년 동안 높게 유지될 것이라는 분석이 나왔습니다. 초콜릿의 이제 원료가 코코아인데 코코아 가격이 지금 일단 많이 올랐다는 얘기죠?
Yeah, we've been complaining about the price of apples here in Korea because we've had bad harvests. But when it comes to cocoa, Ghana and the Ivory Coast, who supply something like more than 60% of cocoa beans to the world, they're facing catastrophic harvests this season. It's really, really bad. And that means a big shortage of cocoa beans. And they are the raw material for chocolate. If we don't have them, you can't make proper chocolate. Right. And so what we've seen is cocoa futures in New York doubling, hitting new record highs on a daily basis. But also we have this issue with millions of cocoa farmers in West Africa facing this catastrophic harvest.
Right.
We're going to see what happens. But they are saying that no matter whether we get more cocoa beans, prices are going to stay high for a while.
The supply of cocoa has gone down while demand remains. 그러니까 지금 공급이 많이 될 수 없는 상황이다 보니까 수요는 여전한데요. 초콜릿 좋아하잖아요, 누구나. 그래서 이제 원료값이 많이 올랐다는 얘기도 해주셨고 우리는 코코아라고 하는데요. COCOA라고 스펠링은 이렇게 하지만 영어로 발음할 때는 끝에 A 발음하지 않고요. 그냥 cocoa
Yeah, we just say cocoa.
이렇게 발음을 합니다. 자, 그래서 cocoa is the raw material of chocolate.
It is. And the raw material is the basic ingredient that's not been prepared in any way. It's not been treated in any way. So if you ask me, what are the raw materials for bibimbap?
Yeah.
I would say you need rice grains. You need seaweed. That you then would toast and
Okay.
cut up. You need some raw beef. You need some raw vegetables that you're going to cut up and marinate and then maybe steam or fry. And then you're going to need some chili peppers that you're going to grind up and make into a paste.
There you go. 네, 원재료, 원료라는 뜻으로 raw materials라고 합니다. 자, 그다음에 for years to come.
Yeah, meaning for many years in the future. When we use this expression for years to come means this will happen or we will talk about it or whatever it may be is going to continue for a number of years. It could be a few, it could be many. It's not specific.
For years to come. 앞으로 몇 년간 이럴 것이다 라는 뜻이 되겠습니다.
By the way, Sue, do you know which bird loves chocolate?
No, I don't know which bird loves chocolate.
The rooster. Roosters love
Really?
chocolate. Yeah, every
Is it
morning they
true?
say, cocoa cocoa!
코코. 알겠습니다. 다시 한번 헤드라인을 읽어볼게요.
I'm so sorry.
As international cocoa prices continue to soar, analysts have suggested that even if the raw materials prices decrease, chocolate prices will remain high for years to come. Let's take a break. Oh, actually, wait.
Can we
No,
do
sorry.
one more
No.
headline, please, Sue?
I'm so sorry.
Did
We
my
do-
rooster scare you?
Yes, I've been thrown off by your cock-a-doodle-doo cocoa joke. Okay, one more headline. This is our final headline.
Ontario's Niagara region has declared a state of emergency as it prepares to welcome up to 1 million visitors for a solar eclipse next week, the first to be seen in the Canadian province in 45 years.
캐나다 온타리오주 나야가라 폴스시가 다음 주 이 지역에서 45년 만에 처음으로 관측될 개기일식을 보러 최대 100만 명의 관광객이 몰릴 것에 대비해 비상사태를 선포했습니다. Wow, I didn't know you issued a state of emergency for tourists
Well, this is
swarming, you know. Yeah.
This is a bit of an unusual case, but it's because they're expecting so many people.
Okay.
And, you know, if we compare the Mona Lisa to the Niagara Falls during an eclipse, I can tell you Niagara Falls during an eclipse is going to be much more impressive. It's been declared by National Geographic as one of the best places to see this eclipse. It's the first to be seen there since 1979. It's happening on April 8th. And the moon will entirely block the sun rays for a few minutes. The mayor of the city is saying they're expecting the most visitors to Ontario they've ever seen in a single day. Or to Niagara, to that region.
Right.
So, yes, they've declared a state of emergency, which seems quite drastic.
Yeah.
But by doing that, that means that they can have additional planning measures because they're expecting traffic jams, they're expecting heavier demands on emergency services, they're expecting overloads on cell phone networks, so they want to make sure that everybody is safe. It's not to say there will be a disaster, but they're preparing just in case things might go wrong.
그래요. 그 온타리오 주에 있는 나이아가라 폴스 시에서 나이아가라 폴스 보면서 그다음에 이 개기일식도 보면은 이게 정말 장관일 거다 이렇게 얘기를 하는데요. 그래서 관광객들이 엄청나게 많이 몰려들 거라 그래서 비상사태까지 선포를 한 상황이라고 알려주셨습니다. 우리가 이 개기일식을 total solar eclipse 이렇게 얘기할 수 있겠고요. 그냥 solar eclipse라는 것 자체도 일식이 되겠죠. 해를 달이 완전히 가리는 거. 그래서 버니 타일러의 노래 있잖아요.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
네, 그거는 내 마음을 가득 메웠다. 누가? 당신이. 뭐 이런 노래예요. 그래서 그 이제 완전히 가렸다라는 의미의 eclipse가 lunar eclipse 하면은 월식, solar eclipse 하면 일식 이런 의미로 쓰입니다. 자, 우리 비상사태 볼게요. State of emergency.
Sue was in a state of emergency after headline number 4 when she forgot about headline number 5.
그래요?
But seriously, a state of emergency, this is something a government will declare. Normally, it might be because of war, a terrorist attack, or a natural disaster. If there's a hurricane, if there's a volcano or an earthquake, a country or a region might declare a state of emergency. And what that does is it means they have the powers to do extraordinary things like bring in the army or get more emergency services running or whatever it may be. It just helps them deal with whatever problem there is.
That's right. State of emergency 비상사태가 되겠습니다. And preparing to welcome something.
Hold on. I just need to ready myself for this expression. Okay.
You're prepared now to welcome this expression?
Come on, Sue. Come on, Sue. Give me the expression.
All right, well, it's prepared to welcome.
Yeah, because if you're preparing to welcome, if you're prepared to welcome something, you're getting ready. You're getting everything needed to do that. So, for example, at the start of the school year, a teacher will prepare to welcome their new students to the classroom. And that means organizing everything, making sure they have all the timetables, all the registration list and things like that. Getting ready.
Prepare to welcome A. 그러면은 A를 맞이할 준비를 한다라는 뜻입니다. Ontario's Niagara Region has declared a state of emergency as it prepares to welcome up to 1 million visitors for a solar eclipse next week, the first to be seen in the Canadian province in 45 years. And that's it for our headlines.